Integrity of Parliament.
It's never happened in the life of Parliament before, especially when we have a very intrusive General Secretary. When, even in the course of normal business of Parliament, you come and sit there to ensure that his people vote in a certain direction. These are the little steps that we take that affect the integrity of Parliament.
We'll hear him as he from Building and Road Research Institute reveals Ghana is losing more than 300 children to road traffic accidents every year.
Interestingly, we had an average serious the situation looks.
Details coming up in our latest Hotline documentary, Crushed. There will be showbiz later on. I am Gift. You can still go to fish in the sea. That's the assurance to this weekend. The Commission, in a statement, noted their officials have taken samples of the dead fishes and are conducting a pathological exam so far.
Everybody was saying there is a fish at the beach, so they are coming to take it and go and use it.
In spite of calls against consuming them, municipal authorities were forced to patrol the beach to prevent residents from taking the dead fish, which was said to have a gluey substance.
Also notice that even when you cut them, the inside look like a glue.
Zimbeure in the Inzima East municipality of the Western region, officials of the Environmental Protection Agency counted as many as 60 dolphins.
Report. Meanwhile, a senior lecturer at the Department of Fisheries and Marine Science at the University of Ghana, Professor Francis Nunu.
An algal bloom, which brings some poisons or deoxygenation. So come from leakages from oil activities and various things. So we show the normal average rough prices of fish. So if you see somebody selling a very huge, class fish for very cheap, you must question it.
Professor Francis Nunu. Let's go to the Western region now. We'll speak to our correspondent in Athalia Kwansa for update on.
A bit calm today because a group of people from the fisheries department here in the Western region with the marine police and other stakeholders in the intend to later on give the public enough knowledge on what is really happening, especially in the Western region, the department in the industry here in the region.
Just a quick one. Do the consumers, those who are
going to the market, you see that now the patronage of fish is a bit skeptical for people coming in because they do not know whether records say. They cannot really tell. Even though traders are going to lose, they are also, thinking about their health and that of their family first. So they would resort to meet.
Head to the authorities now and get those answers if there are. I'm speaking to Executive Director of the Fisheries Commission, Michael Athadazi, for update on.
As I indicated, we've got the fish samples as well as seawater samples. The scientists are working on the samples so far taken. We picked a number on some of the findings that we have made.
So from what you're
saying, any report yet.
So on what basis are we asking fishermen to go back and fish?
We have fishermen who are fishing in our waters, and they are working our waters. So we can't say that because there has been a fish kill, say that.
But then again, if you look at the sequence of events, this is not an across for alarm to say pause on fishing, to put a pause on fishing for now while we wait for the results.
There's no social media. It's not the true state of affairs. In fact, I commissioned my regional director, the artisanal or the canoe fishermen, on their usual fishing expedition, harvested tuna and fishes that they have brought to shore, which is not true.
So tuna you're saying that what is happening in the water, you're saying
what we talk about water region.
Because of time, I don't have so much time. So if you can,
so the water region is not true. Take samples of the seawater and as well as the seaweed that was washed ashore. We have picked all those samples. What is a normal occurrence? What happens is these dolphins feed on a small pelagic.
So there are two things you're saying here, sir. Just so I clarify for our audience that That's where there's the problem of reconciling the safety in fishing here.
This is not, the sea is not equatable to, let's say, a lake or a water body. It flows.
Okay.
So, in the unlikely event, without admitting mortality, that phenomena may not persist even as we talk today.
Okay.
Because of the nature.
That's what we're seeing now. And dolphin parts are already on the market. What do you say to consumers who are...
The fish that we buy from the market, every gun, you can look at the gill, just open the operculum, and you see the gill. The gill should be red. That's have a concern that.
Okay. Mr. Athadazi, thank you very much. Michael Athadazi there, he's Executive Director for the Fisheries Commission there, saying are bearing their teeth at government over the recent power outages in the country. Over the last few weeks, there have been erratic power supply, which the grid company blame. Many fear that the country is gradually creeping back into the dreaded days of Dumso. With warnings of more blackouts in the coming months, consumers are demanding the immediate...
On and off. So if I have my AC on, keep damaging the equipment.
Taking the light off just like that is giving...
Commission from Gridco left the whole country on Sunday, March 7, 2021 without electricity for hours. These complaints, administration argue this predicament cannot be defined as Dumso. Yabuabenya Samoa speaks for the governing NPP.
That kind of Dumso is not there. So we must accept that. It's a different kind of thing where...
As this goes on, Gridco CG and other power distributors to draw up a timetable for the outages, a position it will later rescind.
So these are the areas where we are looking at a discussion.
Believes government's mismanagement of the sector has plunged Gridco into indebtedness.
You can't use new development like upgrading your system. Is that it? It's broke.
Experts in the sector have warned of impending hikes in tariffs. The last time it was reviewed was in 2017. Executive Director for ASEP, Ben Boadoles, monthly.
You are not investing in equipment that will cost you just about $10 million to fix, even if you were to replace all of them.
And latest power cut has left many consumers enraged. With no...
One person said that this Dumso is different Dumso. As a consumer, the effect of light off is the same from whether and we manage to get our generator set on. Our systems have gone off completely.
I slept in the darkness from, let's say, Saturday 1 a.m. to 3 a.m.
Wow. And he said, oh, no, this is not Dumso. I wanted Evans to just ask me a single question, that if light goes off and comes on, what is the rate when the next light will go off? And then you come and tell us this is not Dumso. But what is it?
And you had some power consumers there speaking earlier onto the Parliamentary Service Board. According to him, Johnson Asedu Nketiah's membership on the board has the...
Asedu Nketiah as being a member of Parliament, right, and he could. Mm-hmm. My way is his current position as the general course of normal business of Parliament. You come and sit there to ensure that his people vote in a certain direction.
What are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid of anything because but I'm afraid for Parliament. See, these are the system, the socialist communist systems. The secretaries general of political secretaries general for their party. Now, because they say they are of course to be the Speaker of Parliament, so they control everything, including even the judiciary.
Efa Apau on the probe last night. More than 300 children are getting killed in Ghana through road crashes from school. They are hit and killed as they attempt to cross the road or walk on the fringes of the road. Senior research scientific to fighting this menace.
Interestingly, we had an average of 310 children dying every year in, let's say, School B, Class 150 up to Class 6. Every year you have Class 1 to 6 in looks. Now, when it comes to policy making, I'm aware that before some form of road safety education, but was it done? Was it done? That is the big question. I have not apprised myself much about the to set up. Policymakers would have to set up. Teachers need training. If the teacher has not been trained in road safety education.
Officer at the Building and Road Research Institute, Isaac Kofi Youngson, in one of the many shocking revelations in our latest Hotline Top Story this hour. No cause for alarm. Fisheries Commission tells fishermen after some dolphins and several species of fish were washed. And shortly, when we come back, we go across the country to give you top of the news.
Lonlonyo FM in Hohoi, Pando FM in Pando, Fafa Radio in Joje, Radio Hogba in Angloga, Clenam 23 and Radio Justice in Tamale. And in Savannah region, we're on Inkelege FM in Bole. In the Upper East region, we're live Wa, Radio Freed in Nandom, Radio Wa in Wa, and Bolu FM in Bolu. In the Bono East region, we're on Gaskia FM in Techiman. In Bono region, we're on Sky FM and Parrots FM in Sunyai. Central region, we're live on...
Let's head to the Central region, where NDC supporters in Cape Coast earlier today converged at the Atta Mills Presidential Library to tidy up the place as they worked aside. Kweku Rickett criticized government for looking on as the library deteriorates. The Atta Mills Presidential Library has been locked up. Describe to us the state of this library.
Also, the library is virtually on its knees. Kweku Rickett Hagan led about 50 NDC supporters in the constituency. This facility is situated in his constituency. But when President Mahama was leaving office, he left some notes for the maintenance of this place, but they've not been heeded to. If you go on some of all of that, he said he's going to work to ensure that whether the contractor that still has the keys in his pocket table a bill, the presidential libraries bill before Parliament when Parliament resumes.
Richard, thank you very much. Richard Kojo Nyako is our Central Regional correspondent. Now, time to find out what's happening around the country. My colleague Araba comes in. Let's start from the Greater Accra region, where we understand that the Regional Minister, Henry Quartey,
Lord Gifty, and he's been talking about stepping up efforts to drive away traders on pavements. He also talked about stopping
about the use of sirens. It's a no. So we are going to go after them. For instance, then from Lashibi to Accra Mall on the Spintex Road. Right. And then what we'll do is that we'll get the police and national security to be there. So I've got sirens fitted in their cars. And those who are not government officials, we'll give them about maybe 2 weeks or so to go and get it removed. Then
Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Quartey there. Arabatu Donkro Nkwanta in the Nkranza municipality of the Bono East region now. The youth
source of income. The over 1,500 acres of land is said to have been sold to a foreign private developer, allegedly for Galamsey purposes.
Hawa Bawa, a mother of 5, is one of several farmers whose farms have been destroyed. I asked why, and we were told that the land has been sold to them by the Nkranza Queen Mother, destroyed, and her home touched.
Go to the northeast region, where managers of the Tamana Rice Processing Factory at Nasia say the company
promised to support the company under the 1D1F initiative. They'll be compelled to take the needed action to save it from a total shutdown.
It began operations in 2015 and works with about 4,000 outgrowers. 40% of them.
But today, my kids are in a little NMTC. And even these days, children don't go for Kayaye because the work have been blessed with.
In the coming days, due to government's delayed support under 81 District 1 Factory Initiative. Chief Executive Officer of the company
is not part of the government 1D1 Factory. We are appealing to the government. He needs to come to our aid. Currently, we have done our part. We need it.
Police in the Greater Accra region and Tema regions have intensified patrols at beaches in Accra and Tema with canes. This Friday, as Easter festivities kicked off, are expected to end by close of day today. Joy News has been doing some checks at some beaches and at the pub. So far, many are complying with the directive and are staying away from the beach. He, however, says the police command came with
releases and other publicity. It has made the public aware that we were coming here to, you find them jogging. The moment you speak to them, they vacate the place. So it has made them here without a cane. But I had information that we have some stubborn guys from Ashama who come here, especially nobody is afraid of cane, isn't it? So.
And that's the DSP James Asiedu there, the Bachona District Commander, speaking about Asiedu Nketia on Parliamentary Service Board may affect integrity of the House. Chairman Sabonso is saying that Bagbane turning Parliament into an enclave for the NDC as well. Mr. Chairman Sabot, accident fault on Tema East transmission line caused Saturday's power outage. That's according to Gridco, and police begin investigations into murder of 11.
My life and savings flash before your eyes.